As a day trader, our main focus is to secure our capital. The only way to do that is to have a good risk management strategy. Most traders focus on strategy, and once it does not work out for them, without even giving it their all, they are back on to looking for another strategy because they think the strategy does not work. To be clear on one thing, all strategy work. You just have to put in the work. New traders focus on strategy, technical analysis, fundamental analysis. While all these things are great, they are not enough to keep you alive in the financial market. The only way I see that you'll be able to live to trade on another day is to protect your capital, and that is called risk management. When you do not have all this, psychology hits you, and that's when you're going to have things like FOMO, over trading, bad risk management, and blowing of accounts. Like you guys will always want to try to avoid all this. That's why risk management comes in play. I'm going to give you an example. You have a strategy. Let's say it has 70% winning rate, just for saying sake. And like once you know it has 70% winning rate, you know that you are definitely going to lose trade. If you are over risking, you are not going to be able to enjoy having a 70% winning rate. Like let me give you an example. Let's say you are rich, you have a capital of $500. Just for saying sake, everybody does not have that much capital. You are risking 250 to get 1,000. That's your risk to reward ratio. So you know that does not make sense in the long run because your capital, you've already risked 50% of your capital, and your strategy has 70% winning rate. That means you are definitely going to lose money at some time. What if that trade that you're catching, you're placing right now has a bad trade, and you lose the 250? If 50% of your account is gone. That's why risk management come in play. That's a 1 to 4 risk reward ratio. In the long run, that's a good risk to reward ratio. And if you have a good risk management strategy, a 1 to 4 makes sense in your trade. Let's say you eventually lose that 250, 50% of your account. What if the next trade you're going to place is like a good trade? Your emotion will be everywhere. Like you will not be scared to place your next trade. What if that trade is a winning trade? You will not be able to make money. In order to do that, we have to have a proper risk management that help us avoid too much risks, and also help us avoid emotions everywhere and too much exposure in trade. So guys, this is important. I'll advise you to stay to the end. And if you want to make it here in the long run, you have to have a proper risk management strategy. About my risk management plan, I have a strict risk management plan. I have an idea of how much I am willing to lose if the trade does not go my way. So guys, I'll be giving you guys an example based on support and resistance. So I am on the whiteboard right now. Let's assume our capital is $1,000. So I decided to risk 5% of the capital because I know what I am doing. As a beginner trader, I suggest you go with the 1 to 2% risk. You are here to know how to trade, not to start making money directly. The only way you will know how to trade is when you still have capital to trade. Now back to the whiteboard. Now to make it look realistic, we are on gold 1 hour time frame. So what is my confluences in placing this trade? Based on support and resistance, price is at my support zone. I have an idea where I'm going to get out if I'm wrong. If I am wrong in a trade, I have an idea where I'm going to get out to avoid too much loss. This support zone gives me 3 touch, which gives me more reason why I'm buying from this level. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4. Well, I'll just count as 1, 2, 3 because you can't see it. So, through my influences, I think this trade can give me a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. Make sure to have confluences on why you think this trade is going to go your way. Do not just place a random trade just because you want to trade. Whether it's technical analysis or fundamental analysis or both of them together, you cannot just place a trade without giving your reasons why you are placing the trade. The risk component is what you should be interested in, like you're risking $10 to make $50, you're risking $10 to make $100. That's the arrow, depending on the type of trade that can give you that. So it always should be the risk component you should be interested in. I am risking $50 to make 150. That's a 1 to 3 arrow. I think this trade can give me a 1 to 3 arrow. So I am using a lot size of 0.05. That means I am neither losing $5 every 10 pips or I'm making $5 every 10 pips. So we will not just leave this trade to hit our TP of this so amount of pips. That's 300 pips. I'm not going to just wait and my let the price hit my 300 pips before I close the market. I'm going to break even when I have like 150 pips, or I'm going to wait for a break of structure to break even, so that I'll be able to take the risks off the table. So I know that if the market come back on me, I'm still in profit. I didn't lose anything in that trade. And also, having a good stop loss is a good thing. Don't just always have a tight stop loss because you don't want to risk nothing. It's good to have a stop loss that gives you enough breathing room to make money. How much I risk in a trade can be contingent on my account size. How much I risk in a single trade can be different from how he or she risks in a trade. So everybody has different risks in their trade.
Tio, I don't dare my phones.
Let's say your account size is $1,000. Let's say you're rating 1% of $1,000. Let's say it's $10 and 2% is $20. Normally, if you're a consistent and profitable trader, of course, if you see high quality setup, of course you should up your risks sometimes. Sometimes I risk like 5% of my account in a trade because I'm confident in what I do. So as a beginner trader, you should start off with a 1 to 2% risks and level up. Like the leveling up in lot size, it's going to be slow and it's quite a long process. It's not going to just look like solo leveling that you can just level up. It's not going to look like solo leveling that you can just level up after each and every battle you fight in the market. You can just level up. That's not how it works. Sometimes you won't have to come back to your former lot size that you used back in your days. Sometimes it can be because of a bad trading day you have, or a losing day, or you don't have so much confidence, so you decided to go back to your former lot size. And that's a good decision. So as a retail trader, I don't believe everybody have that much money to invest, except if you have that much money. Sometimes you can invest like 500, 1,000, 5,000, 2,500 and risk 1 to 2% of the account and learn. Trust me, there's no way you blow the account just like that. If you are risking 1 to 2% of the account, it's going to give you enough time to practice and become better, and there will be enough money to won't lose and keep trading, because the more you trade, the better you get. You cannot just from there don't get any better. You can only go up from there, but as you're going up, you're going to hit some certain time that everything is going to look like you don't even know what you're doing at. This is very hard, but trust me, push through it. You can get there. One more thing I would like to talk about is risk to reward and arrow multiples. It is what you are risking to get, of course. If someone walks up to you and like say you should risk your $100 to get another $100, that does not sound like a good deal to you. That's when risk to reward comes to play. Let's say you risk like $100 to make $500. That's like 1 to 5 arrow. That's a good risk. You are definitely going to take that bet because it's a good risk. And 100 to 1,000, 50 to 250, or 100 to 300, 1 to 3. That's a good risk. You are going to take that bet because it has high potential. You are going to make something back. You don't want to try to risk 100 to get 100. And one thing nobody wants to do, nobody wants to risk 100 to make 50. That's a 2 to 1 arrow. You are losing. That is not, in the long run, that is not a good strategy to do. That's not a good risk to reward to take. That in the long run, that's not good enough. Why? Because nobody wants to be risking more. Nobody wants to be risking more than they will make. Nobody wants to do that. If you want to be profitable in the long run, risk to reward should be like your best friend to you. There's no trader that always make money. Definitely you have to have some losing days in the market. That's why arrow should be like your best friend, and I will give you an example why. You lose 2 trades, and let's say the next trade that was a winning trade, and you hit like 1 to 3 arrow on that trade. You are still profitable in the long run. That is why arrow should be your best friend. If you like, you lose 1 trade. If you hit a 1 to 2 arrow trade, you are still profitable. A 1-to-1 risk reward ratio is not sustainable, because if you lose this trade, that's a 1-to-1. Next trade, if you lose that trade, that's a 1-to-1. You have lost 2 trades, and the next trade, that's a 1-to-1. You win that trade. It does not really cover for the other trade you lost. That's why that's why you're not going to make so much money, and your account is going to be reducing in profit slowly. That's why risk to reward should be like your best friend, because you can make everything back in one trade, but it has to be a realistic arrow. Some people cannot just go and put on a 1 to 10 arrow. What if that trade is not going to give you a 1 to 10? 1 to 10 risk to reward ratio, and you hit a 1 to 10 ratio. And one thing about risk to reward ratio is that sometimes if you are going towards 1 to 3, 1 to 2, sometimes the market can come back and fluctuate on you, and you can come back to your stop loss. Sometimes traders are that lives by risk to reward have to be careful, because the market can fluctuate and come back and hit their stop loss. That's why you break even every step by the way. If the market comes and it hits you out, there's nothing to be angry about. You make money, you didn't lose nothing. So that's why risk to reward should be like a good component you should be using in your trading career. One more thing, risk to reward is not the key to trading. So don't think that risk to reward is the key to trading, because sometimes you might see a good trade, you can't even place it on because of the bad trade you have. Or you overtrade, you have FOMO, you're scared to place your next trade. You can't probably place that trade. Focus on risks, not the reward. If the market is going your way, try to take that risk off the table so you don't have nothing the market can hold on you. And be smart about it. We are here to protect our capital. So as a new beginner trader, focus on what you are risking. Remember, to be a profitable trader, you need trading edge. If you are going to fail fast and learn from your mistake. You need to build the character that requires you to be a profitable trader. The more you trade, the more you learn from your mistakes. Every successful and profitable trader was once like you. You do not have to be smart to be successful. You just have to be consistent. And also journal and learn from your winning trade and your losing trade. With enough practice, you can pick up on clues that predict certain outcomes of each trade. And one more thing I learned from trading is that do not say the market is going to do this. You are going to say, when the market do this, I will do that. When the market do this, I will do that. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys incorporate all these things. Good luck, guys. Thank you for watching.